Welcome back to another edition of the Course Creation Incubator podcast. I'm your host, Gina Onativia, here to get you stoked about your course creation and your marketing and help you build up the course-based business of your dreams. Now, this is the first official podcast that I'm recording in the new year, and the year has had an interesting start. I started the year by having emergency surgery on my left eye, and it's been a pretty rigorous recovery. And as part of this recovery, I've had to be zen and calm and be with my thoughts quite a bit. Now, I don't know about you, but anytime something big happens when it comes to my health, it helps me evaluate multiple areas of my life. And a couple of episodes ago, I started talking about things that you should stop doing. So you should start doing, stop doing, maybe where you want to innovate over the next 6 months. And I've had a lot of time to think over the last few weeks. And this is one of my labor of loves, this podcast, the creation of this podcast. It takes many hours and a lot of brain space, and it's something I love doing. And if you know the story about how this podcast came to be, I've talked about it before, but it's been a while. It was intended to be a limited series timed to a launch, and it took on a life of its own and grew from there. And over the months and over the years, I've loved doing the workshop episodes or having awesome guests on this podcast or adding in some coaching podcasts or maybe doing a few rants. And I think I've been helpful. I hope I've been helpful to you and you've able to soak up some key formulas and processes that I use every day in terms of course creation, marketing, and building up your business and scaling your business. And it's been a wild ride. And I think it's time to press pause. I'm saying press pause, right? I don't want this to be the definitive end. And I have no intentions of just stopping altogether. It'll be a break. It'll be a pause. And I'll see what other opportunities and pieces open up for my business. So, by the way, I invite you to do the same. If you listen to that episode and you stop doing something, I want to make sure that you're opening yourself up to new opportunities and what's next. Because I want you taking action. I want you building momentum and moving forward. I want nothing else for you. So stay open and go after those other opportunities because I know other doors and other windows are going to open up. So as I press pause on this podcast, I would love to ask two things of you, especially if you've been a passionate listener. And by the way, if you have been listening, thank you. Thank you for 2+ years. I appreciate that you've been listening and I'm hoping taking action. And many of you have written to me or sent me audios. And I love, love, love getting the feedback that I've made any kind of impact in your life. So 2 things. 1, if I've impacted you in any way, if I've touched you in any way, I would love for you to send me a note at hello@coursecreationboutique.com. Let me know what you thought of the podcast, or if you'd like it to come back in a different way, or if you'd like to hear something else from me, I would love that feedback. Or just say, hi, Gina, it's me. So I would love that. That's number 1. Number 2, if you're not a part of my email community, I would love to make sure you are signed up. And same thing, you can email hello@coursecreationboutique.com. You can say, just Gina, love to join the community. And I'll get my team to make sure that you are added. And if you're not sure if you're a part of the community, you can email us as well, and we can double check that. And by the way, I don't plan to stop creating content. I want that to be clear. My brain moves way too fast and furious to stop creating new content. I was actually going to do a new podcast about, I just finished reading before the eye surgery, Hidden Potentials by Adam Grant. And now I'm on to another audiobook. Now I'm hooked on audiobooks. So that's a benefit of this eye surgery and this recovery. So I have a lot of new content in my head. It's just going to be a different format. And it won't be a podcast for now. It'll be some kind of written content, maybe in the emails themselves. Who knows? So make sure you're part of the Course Creation Boutique community. Email hello@coursecreationboutique.com. I'll include that in the show notes to make sure you're a part of that and you don't miss any content from me. So I'd love to keep in touch with you and make sure that we stay close and you're still taking action. I would love to continue to be your guide, and I want you building up the business of your dreams because that's why you're here, right? It's not really about inspiration, even though I said that up front. And ultimately, I want you to continue to build up the business of your dreams because we're about taking action here. We're about making mistakes, picking ourselves back up and trying again and making progress and getting that much closer to your dreams and your visions. There's nothing I want more for you in life than to do just that. So please make sure you're getting my email so I can send you some helpful information. I can continue to be your coach and your guide. And that's it for now. So until we unpause, go create, be you and be brilliant, and get it done.